Jaryd, how's it going?
Good, Josh. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. You're not in Australia right now, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. What time is it there?
4:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for 4:30.
Yeah, I'm an early riser. I get up pretty easily.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there, there's some of you out there. I think it's some
Some
sort of
crazy.
disease. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was into Morning Miracle for a while.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Hal
I don't
Elrod?
know. And then I got sick, and I'm like, dude, I have to get more sleep. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I've got one of those brains that's kind of hard to settle down at night, and so I start
Yeah.
thinking about yeah.
It's not for everyone, and that's the crazy thing is like if yeah, and it really stuff people up. Like if you went away got sick, there's so many people that just don't realize what their most productive hours of the day are, and
Yeah, that's true. That is
good.
absolutely true. Well, cool. So tell me how, like, obviously you share a lot of information. You got the blog, the podcast, but you actually like you have a business where you provide services as well.
Yeah. So what I have is like the podcast, the blog, and all the information, YouTube channel. What I do is I have a community where people join the community, and I take them from knowing nothing about how to make money online to them owning a business that's already set up, fully fledged, and already making money, and then we grow it from there.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Could you tap your microphone? I just want to make sure we have the right. Nope, you're pulling the wrong mic source. That's what I thought.
Let me just check on my Zoom here. Sorry.
Yeah, it sounded a little echoey.
Let me check. Let me check the Zoom preferences. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yep, it looks. Oh, okay, I've got it on the.
Okay. How do we go? Is that better
Yep,
there?
that's so much better.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I've done that before. Like I have an internal microphone on the inside of my laptop, which is closed right next to the fan that's blowing on it. And I've recorded entire podcast episodes with somebody, and they're like, "Did that not sound horrible to you?" I'm like, "I've got a microphone right here."
I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Well, I just know that like as a listener, like if the audio quality is bad, I'll check out.
Yeah, I'm the same. And you know, us both doing podcasts, we know how important that is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So tell me what then, like what that looks like, or what your like what your services look like.
Yeah. So basically what the community is where people come in is there's a membership area. We also have the network, the Facebook group where people can jump in. That's the most powerful thing, right? Your network is your net worth. And we got some pretty big players in there. And so they ask questions into the group and they get all the lessons within the membership area. And basically what it is somebody I teach people to buy established businesses. So basically what it is, it's really a guidance and support system for them because it can be quite scary. Somebody has saved up, 20 to 30 or 20 to 50 or 100K cash. They're like, I'm going to drop it on a business and they've never done it before. So it's really having somebody like myself who's done it multiple times and helped like my clients make thousands to tens of thousands of dollars a month from the businesses they buy. So we've done it quite a few times and it's really good to have a support network of people that are doing the same thing, buying and growing businesses. And that's what it really entails, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you, for those business owners who don't have all the capital that they need, do you have partners in terms of like business financing that you recommend?
Yeah, so I don't have partners that we use or like angel investors or anything like that, but there are some options like SBA loans. I know there's people that in America getting SBA loans and different ways we can finance. I know some people in Australia that we do refer clients to who have gone and got finance through them for businesses. So yeah, there's multiple options.
Yeah, that's an area that I know really, really well. So if they want SBA financing, or, just trying to avoid the, kind of the predatory lenders that, have the insane interest rates, but they promise they can get you money in 15 minutes kind of thing. So I've done a lot of research, and we actually have a number of clients in that space. And there's some unscrupulous people, and then there's some really good people. My background's a consumer expert, so I've been in the media over 2,000 times with my other company, Savings Angel. Yeah, and so I know the consumer side of it really well. And then we had some opportunities that we wanted to take advantage of, and so we established an LLC, got an SBA loan north of $100,000 US, and I mean that's really allowed us to do some cool stuff. And money wise, it makes sense because I was able to like 10x my investment as a result of that in terms of like month to month cash flow.
And within SBA, did you have much? Because I've never done it myself personally. Did you have a? Because it's only for America, right? Did you have like a deposit or a down payment? And if so, like what sort of percentage does that need to be? Or you just go in and it's like, hey, just 100% finance.
Now, 10-year term, 7% interest, or somewhere, I think 6 point something% interest. So my payments are like, on 75,000, I think my payments are $800 and some dollars. And so, as long as I'm outperforming that, based on that access to capital, then it makes sense on paper. So, and I mean, as a result of that, I mean, we were able to expand our revenue at a minimum, an additional $10,000 a month. So $800 a month in for 10,000. I mean, as long as that holds, and I suspect it will, I mean, it's only going up. That was super, super smart. But we work, like I said, I did a lot of research on this to try to find, who are the good lenders? How do you get an SBA loan? Who can help you with that process? How can you improve your credit before you do that so you get the best terms? If you're interested in just, maybe some, in an intro to like, so there's Credit Suite is really good with kind of getting your ducks in a row so you can get the best terms. And then, so they've got lenders, or you can use nav.com as another client of ours. They're really good for that. Another guy that we were just starting to work with, I'd say he's got a pretty good Leo with 7 figures. Then there's multi-funding. So there's at least 4 people. And I'll tell you that from a business perspective, obviously it's always about finding the right fit for the, for the client, for the borrower. So from my perspective, I just want them to be informed. Like, I don't want them to make a bad decision based on marketing. I want them to take advantage of every opportunity they have, and the best opportunity. But I'll tell you that, so these guys, I mean, they do make pretty good commissions when they do find a good fit, trying to get a really, really attractive SBA loan for a borrower. They'll pay pretty well in terms of like partnership opportunities. So it could be a nice stream of revenue as well. They generally do a pretty good split on that.
Yeah, that would be excellent. So you've got Credit Suite, nab.com, multi.
Ty Crandall and Stephen. I'll introduce Stephen Wibble to you. He's the smarts, and they're good guys. I mean, they produce so much stuff pro bono out on YouTube, and that's how I got connected with them. Is I was speaking at Social Media Marketing World, met Ty, and I started following all his social media stuff, like his YouTube stuff, and I'm like, this is a guy. He's, you could tell, like, the only people that we have to feel like they care. Like they really want to advocate for the business owner, for the lender, or I'm sorry, for the borrower. Cause there are like way too many of those. Cabbage, On Deck, Prosper. Those guys, those are sharks, man. Those guys, they've got some rotten deals out there. And, business owner ends up with such a high, like they can't get ahead of the interest that they're being charged. I mean, there's like 70 some percent interest I've seen on with some bar. Oh yeah, it's insane.
7-0.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's illegal,
and
like, that's crazy.
do that. Yeah, because what they'll do is they'll recalculate. It's really unregulated, unfortunately, when it comes to business lending in the United States. So they can get away with what's called stated rate, which basically just allows them to manipulate how they promote it and say, oh, well, you're only going to pay blah, 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 blah. But what they do is they recalculate on a daily basis. And so even though I was just, matter of fact, I was just quoted in Home Business Magazine, in fact, talking about how we went through a lot of this, researching this, and ultimately SBA is generally going to be a pretty good deal. And that's kind of the gold standard, but not everybody can qualify for that. So Credit Suite would say, well, hey, take 3 to 6 months, get all your books in order. Like, we're going to help you get, they help you get, like, establish some lines of credit and some trade lines and stuff like that. And then after you've done that, you get gas cards and other things in your business name. And then about 6 months into it, now your business credit is way, way better. And you should be able to get, about any any kind of money that you're after at that point. So I like their approach. And their system actually is pretty good. So that's how I was able to get the SBA loan. And I got a $20,000 American Express, and it's 0% interest for 18 months, up to $20,000. So, I looked at establishing an LOC when business is good is a good practice to do, but I was like, I can't beat 0%. So why not?
And probably points as well. Like, that's a great deal.
Yeah. You get points as well. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's like, they're paying you to, use, as long as you have a plan to, make sure you've paid that back in 18 months or transfer to something else. It's, for short-term cash, you can't beat that. A lot of LOCs, they usually start at about 16%, 14 to 16% for a typical line of credit. So anyway, crazy. I didn't mean to get all sidetracked on that. But
man, I'm excited about it because I was just previously getting a lot of Australians in and working with a lot of Australians, but now I've just opened up and getting a lot of people. It's like the market in America is so much bigger than Australia, and a lot of my clients, all my clients coming in are from America. I'd love to be able to offer them this, with Stephen Wibble and Credit Sweep and all these other options, man. Yeah. If that's easy for you to do, to hook up, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I would at least have a conversation with each of those guys just to find out if it's a good fit for your audience. But I've worked with Credit Suite, Multifunding, and those guys are. I love what they do. So yeah, I'll make those intros.
Thanks, man.
Well, cool. And then, so obviously, I'd like to talk about, the idea of buying businesses as opposed to starting them from scratch, and also selling a business as well. And I suspect that, did you have some personal experience with this then?
Yeah, I haven't sold any businesses myself, but I have bought multiple businesses, and that's what my business is, buyingonlinebusinesses.com. And that's what my podcast is. It's like, I'm all about teaching people how to buy businesses and do due diligence. My story, I came from trying to start my own startups. I made a little bit of money, but overall it's a failure. And 90% of all startups fail. People know that, but they forget to register when they come to make, replace their income or achieve their goals. And they just go and get sold to everybody that's teaching and pushing this damn start your own business. It's super simple, quick and easy, when it's just like, it frustrates me and it kills me to see people do this just like I have. And they run around in circles and they get tainted that they don't like this way of trying to make money online, when it's just, there's people that get on stage and say, Jaryd, come and speak, you'll make X amount of money and we'll push my program and product, and we'll get the people to start businesses. And I'm like, man, you get 100 people in, or you get 1,000 people in, sit down, 900 or 90 people are going to walk out. You're going to take their money and they're going to fail. And it's just like, how can you live with yourself? It's just
I know.
Like it's not
It
cool.
drives me insane. Yeah. So I've been part of like the ClickFunnels world for a while. And I got so burnt out on just that approach. It feels unethical to me. You know, you're one funnel away. It's like, yeah. Oh, geez. Don't get me started. So,
Yeah.
And again, we might have to, Jaryd said another time, to actually do the interview, if that'd be okay, because I'd really love to do this. And I'd love to promote this to my audience. So let me ask you a question. So how do you determine what a business is worth? So say, for example, like I've got two companies. So I've got Savings Angel, which we've done over 6 million in revenue, but that was when we had a membership-based website. We still have decent traffic. I mean, we get, 700 or more unique visitors a day. There's a lot of potential in terms of, opportunities to plug brands in and do that work. But I'm just not, I'm not spending any time working on it other than, I still produce all this media for Savings Angel. So it's like, I've got all this potential.
Yeah.
If I had the right partner or the right person that wanted to, take what we've built and, kind of grow it into something. I mean, it really could be, they could do pretty well. My name's my personal branding is pretty tied into it. So like, that's the only thing that would be kind of awkward in terms of like a full separation or, kind of walking away. But I'm sure there's got to be some sort of a relationship where I could say, look, let's share revenues. I've got a decent audience. We've got a decent social media following, an email list. We're just not spending any time monetizing. So it's on autopilot for all intents and purposes.
That's excellent. And so there's so many amazing approaches to go around this. It really depends on, like you mentioned, like how do you sort of value a business to buy it? It really depends on like not just what your revenue is, but also what your expenses are. And how we do that is we work out, we get your profit and loss and all that sort of stuff. And we look at the numbers and work out what your average net income is per month over 12 months. And then it's sort of, we look at so many other things like your brand, your socials, your SEO, your sales funnel and your marketing and all that sort of stuff. And then normally a business can sell for a 24-month multiple up to like roughly 36 to 40-month multiple. The highest is that we have seen ever recorded is a 57-month multiple for a monthly net income. And then in terms of your business where you don't do much work, there are a lot of businesses you can buy that, you spend 2 hours per week or 2 hours per month on it because they got a team and everything like that. But when it comes to selling a personal brand, or not just a personal brand, but a business where your brand is very tied up into it, we're seeing more and more often these deals that people are staying on board as a small shareholder or a revenue holder. And if you spend like maybe an hour a month on the phone with the new business owner and you get a profit share or whatever, you're just giving a little bit of mentoring, a little bit of help, a little bit of strategy, and they have majority hold in the business. That works really well. So one of my clients has done that, not with a personal brand, but with a business where he bought 50% of it and some fresh blood came in and they just scaled the business and both of them won. It's just like a smart way to go.
Yeah. I mean, especially if they already have assets where they've got, if they already have a blog that is, where they've already got deals or they already have partnerships in place. Because we've got along with it. So we've got a newspaper column that, reaches 9 newspapers, 1.1 million readers. Like I can do stuff on syndicated TV. Like we've been in the media over 2,000 times with primarily just Savings Angel. So like all of that stuff that's all part of, the kind of what we own, is that extended distribution, that we can,
those assets are so valuable.
Use brands. Yeah, right. Exactly.
And that comes into factor for when you're valuing a business as well. And it looks like you've just got like so much low hanging fruit already in the basket, ready for people to just go away and
Right.
chuck it in there, you know. And yeah, it looks like, you know, you've got something really good. If you want me to introduce you to some brokers or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely open to that, and happy to, happy to explore what that might look like. For me, the biggest thing is, we've got a great audience, we've got a great platform. Revenue could be much higher. Like because I transitioned to spending all my time at my influence, but before that, we were doing about 6,000 in advertising revenue monthly. Since then, like, I don't do anything over there, so it's down to probably just over 1,500. So but it wouldn't, for someone who's actively working it and just reaching out with brands and saying, look, we're getting more brand deals. It's not that hard to get back up to $6,000. I know exactly the work it takes. We're just, I just don't have the bandwidth personally.
Yeah, the focus and there's so many ways to go with this. Is like, you can get, you could sell it, or you could get a bit of a team or a VA team on board, or I know people that, run and manage and grow businesses that you can give it to them. Dom Wells from Onfolio, I can introduce you to all these guys that they take over businesses. Sure. I'm not sure the size that they're going to go for. I think that they were...
like, I'm doing okay financially. Like, I don't need the money. Mainly, I'd really like to, in my brain, it's like, I don't like having untapped potential. Like, it just seems like a waste. Like, all really that work that I put into, we shut down the membership side of it a couple of years ago. And we've just kind of operated as a blog with all of our social media and extended media and all that other stuff. But it's, we've done some great branding stuff. Like, we've charged, USAA, that pay us $7,500 to, do a campaign with them. So, I mean, there's those kind of deals out there. We've been working with Swag Bucks. They pay us $1,000. Oh, so it's probably closer to $1,800 a month, but Swag Bucks pays us $1,000 a month for our relationship, and we get them in the media once a month. And then we promote them throughout Savings Angels. So, deals like that would be pretty easy to pick up.
That's so much value add to a potential buyer, really.
Yeah.
And you could hire a scout to go away and find these if you wanted to keep it yourself. And there's so many options. Like, I've got a lot of people that are into systemization for businesses and process and automating. My
biggest thing, I think, is honestly, it's a mind share thing. Like, I would love to advise, but I can't get involved in the operations of it. I really want someone to say, okay, here's what we're going to do from a business perspective. Here's all the potential we've got. We're going to get, I'm going to oversee these guys. They're going to be doing, getting on calls and reaching out. And it's like, we know how to do the reaching out stuff too. That's not that hard. I mean, this stuff is not that hard. It just, someone to step in and be a manager, and someone who's, they've got an incentive to do it. Happy to create a great win-win.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, I don't have to own it. Like, I'm totally flexible. So if they want ownership, cool. If they, I think that, I should continue to have my personal involvement in creating a lot of the media. I think that that's so intertwined there. So really, like, I'm happy to be an employee of this. I'm happy, whatever, whatever I think makes the best sense for how can we create a lot of value for, somebody who recognizes the opportunity.
Yeah, well, I think the best place to go from here would be if we're going to reschedule and have another chat, if you think about what sort of option you want to go down. Do you want to have somebody kind of run it and manage it, or you sort of step out a lot further from it and have somebody kind of take over it? Then I'll introduce you to either sort of person that can help you with both, like either of those.
Yeah.
Rather than you both.
I honestly, I don't I don't have a preference. I would, I could cash out. That's cool, but I don't need to. So really it's, I guess whoever's the most motivated, I mean, I'd like to see it do good stuff. I'd hate to completely prostitute it into something bad, but, it is still nice for me to be involved in. Like I do get some perks from having the Savings Angel brand. Like I do like going and doing all my media. I do like being able to do some travel and tourism stuff where, they fly my family out, and I do a lot of that kind of stuff too. So that's nice. But again, I'm open.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how big Dom Wells goes. So Dom, he came on my podcast. He's from onfolio.co. I can introduce you to him, and you guys can have a chat.
Sure.
He's a guy from the UK, and I think the lowest business he really works with is people that are doing like $2K a month or higher. So I'm not sure how high he goes. So it's worth having a chat with him anyway. If not, I can.
You said $2K a month or what?
Or higher.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're like right. I mean, we could. Yeah, we could do some quick math on that. 1,000 from Swag, and actually we're upping that. We're moving to Giving Assistant, and we're charging them, I want to say $1,200 or $1,400 a month. And then, like a couple $300 in banner ads. We've got, probably like 2 or 3 podcast. Yeah, we're really close to $2,000. We're right around there.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, that'd be a good win-win. I can introduce you guys by email.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course there's the sponsored post stuff that we do as well. So we make $400 for each of those. So it's we could be at $2,000 easy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I dare say you probably get more if you're getting deals where you can get a 75K or a 20K sort of sort of JV type thing. Then all he has to do is get a VA to go away and find those and leverage off your brand. You all win in that sense. Then so
love to love to create a great opportunity for someone who's got some experience with that.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. All right. Well, I'll just take a note of that. So where should we go from here?
So let's, so my schedule, thank you so much, by the way. So if we want to reschedule our podcast, upmyinfluence.com/schedule option 3, I'll be at Podcast Movement all week next week. Other than that, I'm pretty wide open that week following for sure.
Okay. And are we going to go for another sort of 30-minute slot?
Yeah, we should grab 2. You could scroll down and just grab like where it says a 60-minute podcast interview for Authority Confidential. And then like if there's some stuff that we want to cover on either end, I will send an email to introducing you to Stephen at Credit Suite in particular. And I think on their partner program, I believe they pay out, it's pretty good. Like it's I want to say like $1,500 for each enrollment. So it's a nice little, if you do like a webinar with Credit Suite, which is what we're doing, it's not it's a nice little gig.
Yeah. Excellent. So what is it? $1,500 per enrollment.
Yeah. I shouldn't get ahead of myself on the numbers because I don't know exactly, but it's something around there.
Excellent.
So they're really, really partner friendly. I do know that. I think it was like around 40% is what they split with their partner. So well,
it's just a smart thing to do because it's how you grow together. It's the power is not in like not in just trying to cash in as much as you can, but in building great relationships with people. So
exactly. Yeah. We're with Up My Influence. I'm just on the kind of the finishing touches of, we did an internal launch that worked out pretty well. And so so I've done a ton with Savings Agent, we paid out over $1 million in commission. So like, I believe in that model. So Up My Influence, we have a influencer makeover system for those who want to get in the media a lot. And so we charge, so over $8,000 worth of services. We sell it for 800 and we give 400 to the partner.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we're big fans of that model.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm just filling this in now, and I can click complete. So it'll be not next week, the week after.
Yeah, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I have plenty of openings there.
Yeah. Excellent. Cool. Well, is there anything I should, like, I'm just going to kind of leave most of these blank.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, some of that, because that's for Authority Confidential. You can just ignore a lot of that.
Yep.
We're just going to jump on a Zoom call again, and we'll do our interview for sure. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Sorry, I just got excited. I saw what you did, and I was, I got questions for this guy.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool when you've never met and you can get a connection like that, and you just really enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
awesome.
Yeah,
Jaryd,
I really
great
appreciate
chatting.
that, Josh. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Awesome. Take care.
See ya.